Well, Singapore will increase its carbon tax in phases from the current $5 a tonne to $50 to $80 by 2030. That's about 5 times higher than the original target as it takes steps to move faster on its climate change ambitions. The collected revenue will go to supporting households and firms invest in low carbon and more energy efficient solutions. Melissa Goh with more.
Going fast on going green. Singapore now wants to cut emissions to zero by or around mid-century. The previous target was sometime in the second half of the century.
With advances in technology and new opportunities for international collaboration in areas like carbon markets, we believe we can bring forward our net zero timeline. We will consult closely with industry and citizen stakeholder groups to firm up and finalize our plans before making a formal revision later this year.
A higher carbon tax will be key to get companies moving. It will remain at $5 until next year, before going up to $25 in 2024 and then $45 in 2026, with a view of hitting somewhere between $50 and $80 by 2030. But it will be comparable to other places, as well as carbon prices factored into investment decisions by different global sectors. The tax will not apply to the use of petrol, diesel and natural gas, which already have excise duties.
We are mindful that firms in our emissions-intensive and trade-exposed sectors may face higher costs than those in countries with lower or no carbon tax. Some will need a little more time to make the necessary reduction in emissions or investment in cleaner technologies. So to support such firms and manage the near-term impact on their competitiveness, we will put in place a transition framework.
This will give firms allowances from the carbon tax based on their energy efficiency standards and decarbonisation targets. From 2024, firms can also shrink their tax bill by up to 5% by buying high-quality international carbon credits, such as those generated from projects that cut emissions. Meanwhile, households will also get help.
At $25 per tonne, this would translate to an increase of about $4 per month in the utility bills for an average 4-room HDB household. We will provide support, such as additional USAVE rebates, to help cushion the impact during the transition. And more details will be announced next year, ahead of the carbon tax increase in 2024.
These moves aim to tackle climate change, which is an existential threat for low-lying Singapore. Beyond that, going net zero is a chance for Singapore to tap on what the minister calls exciting possibilities, like new jobs, green technologies, and becoming the go-to place for carbon services and carbon credits. He also says Singapore will do more so that financial institutions will use it as a base to develop their capabilities and new solutions.
The public sector will also issue up to $35 billion in bonds by 2030 for its green infrastructure projects. The first by the government will be rolled out later this year. To further drive the green transition, riding on the rise in electric vehicle registrations, Singapore will build more charging points closer to homes. All this in a bid to secure a more sustainable future.
Well, GPC Chair for Sustainability and the Environment says raising carbon taxes significantly is a clear signal for companies to go green. One industry association adds that this may also create new business opportunities for local businesses.
The most important thing is we have published a roadmap. So companies can now see what the carbon tax prices are going to be. They can start adjusting their own internal policies. And I think they can see that we are serious about cutting emissions. And this is something that is going to happen, and that it is really in their interest now to decarbonize. And I think that's also the other positive part of the budget, that we are saying that we are going to help them in this green transition, both the companies to decarbonize, as well as, very importantly, lower income residents.
Another very exciting area regarding the carbon package, as we say. The finance minister alluded to that there could be a new economy for Singapore economy itself, with new carbon skills, and asking for investments towards the trading of carbon credits through Singapore is a brand new area.